Hi folks, I wanted to start this video in Saskatchewan. I wanted you to note that this face has connecting lines and a water well, little round water well in the connector. Now this is Marfa. This is the area that I've been studying for the past several videos. Alpine, and up here is Fort Davis. Now there are 3 airports that are noted in this area. This one doesn't exist. Let me bring you down here. This is what they're claiming is an airport. But originally, that was not the place they had marked Alta Vista Ranch Airport. This is. And the reason this is important is I think this is actually placed purposely to cover an artifact that existed here. And the only thing left is probably right here. But we'll get to that a little bit later. This particular video, I wanted to thank Mr. Gerald Clark. Gerald Clark is probably the leading person on the Anunnaki of Nibiru. He has the whole genealogy. He's an amazing man, an electrical engineer, helicopter pilot. This area would be perfect for him to study. And I sent him an email linking him to one of my videos, and noting that, you know, I would like his assessment of the area. And I told him that this is probably his area of expertise in the electrical area. He sent me back a verification of everything that I have been working on. This is from Gerald Clark, and it's called Electrical Megaliths. Hi Dan, was watching a documentary video from YouTube channel New Earth, and this is a very good channel to get any information from, by the way. It tells the whole story of the Atlantean survivors, as well as others, and have seen the images of the ancient lines and connecting circles with cardinal points evident. Image creation using foliage or various color stones to cover an area are also believable. The common belief at this point, which I concur with, is that survivors from Atlantis, after the intentional destruction, built megaliths all over the world, had lines and points and images intended for viewing from the air. Many of the lines cross very rugged terrain that could not have been possible if done from the surface of the earth. Thus I have no doubt that what you have stumbled upon is real and connected to the Atlantean chronicles. Forward to its unveiling now. Not sure what I can add to the conversation, but will investigate further. Kind regards. Now, I emailed him back, but that's inconsequential at the point. I wanted to explain Class E airspace. This is probably what has kept this area from actually being seen from the sky. And let me just take you back here. And I want to take you out about 5,000 feet. This is about as far as you can see any of these lines. Now remember, this airport doesn't exist. I want to light this up a little bit. And pull out. Now, what he is talking about are radiant lines with cardinal points and circles. There's also an Eye of Horus here. And so, as a special thanks for Mr. Gerald Clark, I want to note now that this has 7 cardinal points, which is the sign of Enki. 6 radiant surrounding a 7th. And this happens to be where what I call the pyramid book is. So I just wanted to send that out as a thank you for Gerald Clark's assistance in verifying this area. Now, this is the reason that this area hasn't been found before. It is a Class E airspace. Generally, if the airspace is not Class A, B, or C, or D, and it is controlled airspace, it is Class E. Class E extends upward from either the surface or a designated altitude to the overlying adjacent controlled airspace. In other words, it starts at 700 feet, and they have to shoot up. Everybody who's flying over the area has to shoot up directly to 14,005. Now, 14,005 is just too high to see anything in this area, and I don't want to take credit for anything that I'm not responsible for. What I've done now is that I've contacted the I've contacted Mr. Randolph P. Lovelace, FAA, in San Antonio. Now, I asked him if Class E airspace is still in effect. This is on September 2nd. This is just a little bit after I had found out that they had regulated airspace. I told him that the airport doesn't seem to be there anymore, and I asked him, I made him aware that he may expect increased air traffic, and he sent me back that yes, Class E airspace is still in effect. They have 2 instrument approaches. The airspace for these stopped at 700, which is the end of Class E. Below that is Class G. The problem is, this is all public land, and much of it is national park, and really, the public really needs to be able to see this and I found that 5,000 feet to about 1,000 feet above the ground is where you actually have to see these. So I sent an FOIA regarding this ranch airport. I was seeking documents related to the creation and decommissioning of the ranch airport, and they sent me back, well, what ranch airport, and so I had to find out which one, and I sent it back because they had told me I was in the wrong department. So I found that it was the Alta Vista Ranch Airport, and this is what I got back. It's in your response. A record search was conducted, and nothing could be found. The office was able to locate the airport data. In other words, I got the runways. See, I got the runways. They know that the airport was named Alta Vista. They know where it's supposed to be, but the position changed on Google Maps just after they sent me this certified mail. And runways designated as turf and asphalt. Okay? That's up here, and you can see asphalt and turf, what they call turf, probably compacted dirt. We're back here. So I filed another FOIA, all documents relating to the creation of Class E airspace. And I made the mistake of saying I was a journalist, which really, I'm the only videographer on this case. And they sent me back this public record, which I did not ask for. I asked for anything not in public record. So I sent him back emails. This is the lady who is giving me heartache, Miss Lynn Hara, aka Judy Ship. She doesn't like journalists, apparently. So anyway, all I'm trying to find out is exactly why we have regulated airspace in what I regard as public property. Anyway, so we clarified the Alta Vista Ranch Airport. Now I've mailed just about everybody. This is to David Camarena, an archaeologist. Earth Files. This is Mrs. Moulton Howe. I wrote to Charles Dunn, Richard C. Hoagland, Constantine at UFO Theater. The only person that I got, even Jason Martell. I've written to newspapers, Huffington Post, with no response. Mr. Gerald Clark is the only person who has had the courtesy to email me back over this. And I would like to thank him profusely, and hope everybody buys his book, which is Mercury Rising. The man is so detailed in the knowledge of Anunnaki, it's incredible. And I wanted to thank you all for watching. Let me take you back here to Google Earth. And just because of Mr. Clark, I've counted these. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is a sign of Enki, or Poseidon, who built Atlantis. Mr. Clark is exactly right about this area. Although I can't believe that humans ever had this kind of technology. I'm sure the Atlanteans did, and I think this is just showing a crossing, which would be consistent with the Nibiru crossing. By the way, Enki's son was Quetzalcoatl, and I thought that I'd just throw that information in because Mr. Clark has been so kind to make it all the genealogy public. And please buy his books. He's well read. He is also on YouTube and Facebook, and is one of the most accessible lecture circuit people that I have ever dealt with, and I wanted to thank him again. Have a good day, folks.